What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at the normal rated Insigne. So we've already covered the Scream Insigne from obviously the Ultimate Scream promo. I think about a week and a half ago or something along them lines. He was the first Scream card I did, or second Scream card of the second team, I think it was. And by God, he was a fantastic card, which was quite funny because I was just about using his normal card before I picked up his Scream, and I really rated his normal card. So I thought, you know what, we've done the Scream, now we'll do the gold. I was going to bring the gold out before the Scream, but obviously me picking up the Scream very early on, I wanted to get that review out straight away just to get all the views, you know what I mean. But I wanted to still do the gold card because I still think there is some use for this card. Not everybody can afford the absolute mega value that the Scream card is offering. Obviously in this team, Insigne was playing with a few different players as well. This was obviously for the icon swaps for the Serie A, so I was using this team for quite a bit, but then also I was using him in my foot champs. I was using him instead of where I put his Scream. I then put him on as a super sub later on in the foot champs this week. I've had him for quite a bit, and now I have actually sold him off because his price increased. Looking at the Scream price compared to obviously the normal price, he's currently going for around about 60 to 65k on both consoles, and his Scream card is going for 850 on the Xbox and 934 on the PlayStation. Remember, fluctuations. He was going for 900 and something the other day. He has dropped, but I can imagine when they're out of packs for so long, he may creep back up because the card is really nice. Is the card though worth the 780-ish K more for 2 ratings? And we'll delve into this a little bit. It's the first kind of review that I've gone backwards, so I'm interested to see how this one works. But like we say, he's a 4-star. He's only 5'4", so a very small player in the game. High attacking work rate, medium defensive. Them kind of stats are overall are decent. I like the 4-star. 5'4", very good at dribbling, which is obviously shown by his 94 agility and 93 balance. Beyond both cards, they're both very similar. He's got 96 and 95 on his Scream, so you can already see there's not much changed in the dribbling aspect of how agile the card is, and obviously the balance. Pace-wise is 89, 94 acceleration, 85 sprint speed. That, again, fantastic. It only goes up by 2 as the overall for pace on the Scream. He's got 96 acceleration and 86 on the sprint speed. So already, you're seeing the kind of the theme. The major upgrade that he managed to get on the Scream is his shooting, which went up by 8, and his physical that went up by 23. They're the main differences, and personally, I still think this card is fantastic. The main difference between the two is the Scream card has 99 stamina, which this card only has 72. That is why I think he's perfect as a super sub or someone who gets subbed off 60th, 70th minute, and I always like subbing off a striker because you want to make sure that guy is getting you goals. So you want to make sure that the striker you're replacing him with, it's fresh, is ready to go, and can bag you a cheeky goal or even try and get the draw. At the very least, in foot champs, that is majorly important to make sure that you have a fresh striker on towards the end of the game. Strength-wise, it's gone from 40 to 59 on the Scream. Personally, I didn't see too much of a difference there, and that's why with this Scream card, I do think he is better. Hands down, he is better. But is he better by much? That is the question. Passing wise, 85 on the normal, 89 vision, 86 crossing, 87 short pass with 78 long pass and 87 curve. Again, standout wise, realistically the vision's the only one that massively went up. Pretty much every single one of them only went up by 2, so it doesn't make a hell of a difference. And then dribbling was already pretty OP on the normal card, which, to be honest, again, 2s and 1s are upgraded, that's about it. So the card is very similar in every aspect. Obviously, the only difference is the fact that they've got them 1 and 2 upgrades. Chemistry style, that is the big one. What would you go with Insigne? We already know the pace is incredible. The pace is perfectly fine. And the dribbling is fine. So for me, I'd be looking at something along the lines of either Deadeye, which would take him up to an 86 rated striker or a 92 rated centre forward. Or go with potentially Sniper to max out that dribbling and also make sure you get that shooting boost. That, again, will only turn him up to a 91 centre forward. Go with a finisher. Again, probably not worth it in my eyes. It does well with the physical, but personally the physical's already so low in this that there's just no point adding anything on. I don't personally believe it made much of a difference with a finisher on him. Marksman is obviously another one that you could go for. That again with the physical, it doesn't do anything. You could even go with Artist, that to be honest makes him a good cam but not really a good centre forward striker. Personally my favourite is either Deadeye or Sniper on this card. Again, you don't need to use pace. Dribbling wise is nice if you want to really bulk it out and don't plan on passing much. But personally, my favourite would be Deadeye and then Sniper out of anything. So, what do we think about this card? Is he more valued as a Scream version? For me, I personally think with the 780k that you've got to pay on top of the Scream card, personally, I don't think it is worth it. I really rated the gold card at the very least. The Scream card was better, like I will say that. But I think every aspect of Insigne, what he does, is already really decent. Pace-wise is perfectly fine. Yes, you could add a little bit of a boost onto it, but personally I don't see the major difference in him there. Dribbling-wise, feels really nice with that really nice agile kind of dribbling. Very good at his balance. Really good centre of gravity, which obviously being quite a small player, can twist and turn very well. And you'll see him dribbling with the 4-star skills. Again, stuff like that, very easy to get a goal. Just run down the wing with him. Run down a wing, pass it across, and he does it time and time again. You'll see him just on the ball, and he just absolutely smokes it. And even now, look, you see him straight again. That is his game. He's absolutely incredible at that. And that is why I think, personally, Deadeye is quite good, because even though he's maybe not scoring all of the goals, even assisting is still making his goal contributions that little bit higher, and that's something that I care about with any sort of player. Goals are not everything for a singular player, but both of them put together is the main key for me. If he can score 10 goals and no assists, and he's played 13 games compared to someone who has possibly scored 8 but assisted 5 in 13 games, I would still be more happy with that second guy. Just being able to make sure that every game he's getting a goal contribution per game, and Insigne did that very, very well. So going into the overall review, I've already said Scream Insigne is better. Like, that is just a given. He's a higher rated, his stats have increased, he has to be better. But the main question really is he worth it? Personally, I'm going to say no. I would much rather have the 87 Insigne, bank that 780k. If you've got players to otherwise improve into your team, I would 100% more do that than to go ahead and kind of go all out on that one striker. And personally, if you was to spend that 800 and whatever K, you can go and pick up Mbappe, who's better than both, personally, in my opinion. Or you could go and get Neymar. Them two options right there, I think, is much better than having that promo card. The only thing that I think has got a plus on the Scream Insigne is the fact that he more than likely won't drop in price. Mainly because he's a promo card. They're no longer in packs. I don't see them ever coming back in packs. So he's going to have a supply that's little. The only thing that will drop that value is if Insigne gets a couple of informs. I think if he does get an inform, I think he'll go to an 88 and then an 89, 90. But if he does manage to do that, that then will drop the value of it if the 89's got the same stats. So that's always something to be careful of when you're going for these big promo players, that the informs can absolutely wreck the price of that card. I do think he is better than Immobile, and Mertens, who I haven't tried out, I feel like they'll be both very, very similar. Even though I personally wouldn't put them both in the same team, obviously being very small, very agile players, you normally want someone who's going to kind of gather the ball, and then someone like Insigne who's going to go absolutely nuts down a wing with it. Personally, I'm giving him an 8.5 out of 10 for value for coins. I'm giving him an 8 out of 10 for foot champs. I believe he's a very good super sub. I necessarily wouldn't put him in the starting lineup if you have coins. If you've not got coins, Insigne is a very nice budget striker, really. 60k nowadays is absolutely nothing, and I think you could easily grind that in at least a day with bronze packs, to be honest. So that's very easy to kind of get up. And then I'm giving him an 8 out of 10 overall. I believe Scream Insigne, I gave him a 9 out of 10. Graphics will be coming, so stay tuned for that. That's going to be my big project over the weekend, to try and get these graphics up as well. So there's just another talking point in these reviews, as then I can kind of pinpoint a lot of more detailed stuff rather than kind of I feel like I waffle a little bit, so I want to get it really to a point where I'm looking at graphics constantly. So that's something that's going to be improved in these reviews. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe. Again, I think we're like 21 subscribers away from 4K. Thank you so much to everyone who's new, who's subscribed. And if you're still here, bless you all. And I'll see you all for the next one.